peace and love. Peace and love, folks. Peace. What does peace mean? Keep your mouth shut. What does love mean? Unconditional love. Oh yeah. You love yourself, love the world, love the enemy, love the, love the criminals, love the rapist, love the thief, love the corporations, love the government. Unconditionally. What does that mean? That's Stockholm Syndrome. Where somebody who's kidnapped actually falls in love with their kidnapper. It's an insult to my intelligence. It really is an insult to my intelligence when I'm saying to people, look, there's problems in the world that need dealing with. And they won't be dealt with love and light. They won't be dealt with by keeping your mouth shut and staying in peace. They fucking won't. Now, I know there's a path of healing, and if you're into spirituality, and if you're following that, and if you're learning about that, you're in healing. It's like medicine. It brings the balance back. But if you're telling me after years and years and years to just unconditionally love the world, and that it's all about focusing on the positive and ignoring the negative, ignoring the problems of the world. What bullshit is that? What it's like it's a drug. A spiritual teaching. It's the equivalent of saying get a drug addiction. Observation. Use your observation and just look at the people. It's very easy for a pretty girl to convince you of the laws of attraction, but she only has to say to me, give you me car, lovey. And I'm probably half my masculine brain's already planning on giving this pretty girl this car. There's nothing about spiritual or laws of attraction for a pretty woman. That's why most of the spiritual gurus are like women these days. And most of the men are turning feminine. Haven't you noticed? I know how it feels to be in the world with a woman at my side. It makes you look a lot better. Makes you feel a lot more confident. You get things done. People treat you differently as a man when you've got a woman at your side. If you go into a builder's yard or a machine workshop as a man, you instantly get treated differently than a beautiful woman. If a beautiful woman walks into a machine workshop, she can say anything, and she's right. So don't tell me that intuition is like something that a man can follow. It might be something that a woman can follow. Because a man will have a lot more tolerance for a woman who just cannot, has not got the technical knowledge of something. It's just the way society is. It's maybe the way women and men tick. Women give birth to children. Maybe men have got a quality that women don't see. And women value themselves on their amazing intuition. And it's a wonderful thing. And I'm not knocking the womankind, but spirituality is basically robbing men of intent, in my opinion, and swapping it with like just this being held hostages of love. I can't describe it, folks, and I'm not. Some of my favourite people in society, some of my favourite figures are female figures like Ayn Rand, Princess Diana, Joni Mitchell, Bjorg. The list goes on of women. I've always had women working in my businesses, doing my accounting and, bookings and all kinds of things. I really like working with women. Women, you're really good at communication. But when it comes to intent and knowing that a man's intent is an individual intent, one man will do everything for one woman. He'll do everything for the woman, but not for the world. If she wants the world, the man will do everything to get her everything in the world. Whereas a woman, she'll do everything for her child and for everybody. So a woman is about equity. It's about making things equal. But when things are not equal, it maybe takes a masculine intent to bring that back into balance. We can't go around just focusing on the positive and ignoring the criminals, ignoring the ill intent. If the women want all of the men to be so feminine, so loving, so intuitive, so peaceful, what men are around to fight or stand up against those other men who won't listen? And women, because not all women and men are definitely masculine and feminine, Maybe when I talk about man and woman, I should talk about feminine and masculine principles. But in society, I know for sure that women get treated differently than men. So there's no point in men pursuing the same spiritual path of intuition as women. Men are always there to do everything for a woman. Life means nothing to a man without a woman. A woman can choose any man in society, almost. A woman can always get a man, pretty much. A woman can always get sex. A woman can always get a relationship. She's the one who chooses. Life is more indisposable to a woman. She's the one who carries the child. The man has to make sure he uses intent to keep hold of all of that. It's not a biological inheritance with a man. It's literally, he has to use his willpower. And I just don't see that in the spiritual movement. I just see the extraction of intent, the extraction of spirit, the dilution of that fire that we had. And now it's just love and peace. Keep your mouth shut and love your enemy, and everything will all go away. Fuck that, people. Fuck the spiritual path. And if you're spiritual and guru enough, you'd know that you don't need to rely on that as a social status. Enlightenment isn't a social status. It's pathetic. Write books, make popular cults, call it love, and you're just ripping it off. Just ripping off natural law.